Mi gente, ¿qué pasa? Hello, welcome, bienvenidos to another episode, otro episodio de Hoy En Día TV. I'm your host and producer, Yessie Rodriguez. I'm going to bring onto the stage my amazing co-host. We have Dr. C. Andrus, CC the Actionist, and the amazing Nadine, author, entrepreneur. I'm going to say etc. for both because they do a lot of everything. So welcome, lovelies. ¿Qué pasa? How y'all doing?
¿Qué pasó? What's up? It's a good day, y'all. I'm excited. I feel the energy. I'm like, yes. I understood everything that you were saying on the introduction, mi gente. I didn't know gente meant people. I've been doing my Duolingo. So that was one of my words this week. So I was like, yay.
A mí me encanta esto. I love it. Yes, yes. You're practicing. So when we go to Puerto Rico, then you can ask for food like in Spanish, right? En español.
Yes.
Los pasteles, ¿qué más? Diferentes comidas.
I can do that. I can do that.
I know the basic. Mi amo Nadine, okay?
That's
important.
Huh?
Right.
What'd you say?
That's important. Her name. That's important.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely important. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Mi amo Nadine.
Yes, and me llamo Cientra. Sí.
Got it. Y'all got it.
I
Yes.
catch it.
Y'all ready for Puerto Rico? Hey, Puerto Rico. We still got to plan that anyway. I'm just putting that in the atmosphere that we are going to go. We just still got to plan it, right? So just saying.
Put it in the universe.
I'm down for it.
Well, it's been a whole week since I have seen you all. Lovelies, how are you? ¿Cómo están?
Doing well. The weather is beautiful. I was out in my yard. I mean, just like, making the best of it.
Yes, and me too. I've been working like a Hebrew slave, except there has been no Pharaoh. I have been the Pharaoh, okay? Because I've been like, do more, and cracking my own whip, okay? With pulling weeds and mulching and edging and mowing. And I power washed down the patio, the porch in the front, the patio in the back, and everything. I took my rug. I don't have clothesline, y'all. The clothesline was like a thing when I was growing up. We had a dryer, but my mom rarely used it. She would hang the clothes out in the sunshine on the clothesline. I don't have a clothesline, but my kid has a swing set. So I got creative and I topped that rug over the swing set and I was beating it with the broom and everything, just like old school, y'all. And I got all the pollen, right? All the pollen. And then I like power washed it with the hose and stuff. And so it's still out there hanging over there. It's drying and stuff. And so the patio's clean. I was able to sit outside and really enjoy the nice cool breeze today and the butterflies and the bird. And it was so nice. I've been outside like all day. So I have enjoyed my day today. Even though it was some work, I've enjoyed the day. I even washed the car. So I've been busy, y'all.
See,
That
look
is
at us,
awesome.
girl.
Y'all have been productive. I love that. That is awesome. Yes. And I'm pleased to say that I'm feeling better from the pollen shenanigans. Thanks be to God. Because them pollen, that was beating my tail.
That pollen's no joke. That pollen's no joke. And it may, more is probably going to come, but I was just like, it was just so much covering the patios and the cars. I was just like, I got to do something.
I think
it's calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, it calmed down. It was worse last week and the week before.
Right. Yeah. Now we have a holiday coming up. We have Easter. Any fun plans, family gatherings, cooking? If so, what are you cooking? ¿Qué vas a cocinar?
Right.
Nada.
So I was thinking about it. I love North Carolina because the kids are out of school tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. Just for, it's Holy Week in some cultures and all that kind of stuff. And so they're out for Good Friday. And I remember we had to go to school for Good Friday. I don't think we were out of school, but I do remember my mom always did something special. She would bring us those little chocolate bunnies and stuff. So we always got like a special treat on Good Friday. And so it was always amazing. But I was surprised that we were actually out of school. There's no school. So I was like, wow, for them to honor that. I thought that was super cool. We don't have any major plans. We're just going to sit. We're going to remember, do communion, stuff like that. And just remember, like my kiddos, I was quizzing them in the car last week because we went to go see the Harlem Globetrotters on last Sunday. They were up in Greensboro and the kiddos had never seen them. And it was just a beautiful time because, they do all the tricks and stuff. And they have a female Globetrotter on their team. And she was pretty amazing doing all the cool tricks and everything too. And they had a little tiny midget and he was awesome. And so we just really enjoyed the show. We had had really good seats and everything. And so we got like all the different paraphernalia, all the stuff, the hats, the headband, you name it, we got it. And the kiddos really loved it. And so when we were at the basketball game, it's so funny because, you know, they have everything up on the big Jumbotron and stuff like that. And you could see like all these kiddos. There was quite a few like disabled kiddos that were there, and they had put them up on the Jumbotron to recognize them. And I just thought that was like the sweetest. And everybody was like clapping and doing all the cool stuff. So it was cool. Have you guys ever seen the Globetrotters in action?
I have not.
I've been wanting to go, but time and, you know, always being busy is like, but one of these days I'll way over there for sure.
It was their 100th anniversary, so they were showing like in between, like, you know, the times and stuff like that, just how they came about, all the things that they're doing now, so on and so forth. So it was really cool. It was a good time. It was a quick show. It seemed like it was too fast, but it was a good show. You guys got to take the kiddos out to go see. It was kids of all ages that were there, including me. All right, big kid.
I love it.
Yes.
Yes.
Like stuff like that, you know, going out with and go-karting or whatever you call it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And Yessie, so there's a thing here in North Carolina too that I just found out about, but it's called Activate. So we're going to have to get together to take the families out because it's a fun time, but it's also exercise. It's really good. So like you're doing like the lasers are going, and you can't let the lasers touch you and stuff. So you're, you know, doing bends and crawling and ducking and doing all this cool stuff. The floor lights up and you can't step on certain colors. It looks really cool. But my husband and my brother and the boys went this past weekend and they absolutely loved it. My brother was like, I didn't know it was going to have to be like crawling all on the floor, army crawls and stuff. But he said it was so fun. So Activate. So we definitely got to check that out.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Absolutely. Let's do it for sure. For sure. Yes. So ladies, April is among us, right? And so we have a lot going on this month. There's actual Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, for those who didn't know. So this is an opportunity to recognize Alzheimer's and, you know, just making sure, because it does say even though Alzheimer's Awareness Month is officially in June, April still strongly ties into brain health conversations, which is why they also honor it in April. So I didn't know that. Fun fact. Also, Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So this is a major national awareness month in April that aligns with advocacy, human rights, and safe communities, right? Autism Acceptance Month ties into education system, community inclusion, advocacy for underserved populations, especially because with autism, I feel like a lot of people don't understand individuals who have autism. They're different and it's okay, right? National Minority Health Month. So that's more about health disparities, access to care, and community education. Also, Child Abuse Prevention Month still connects to family dynamics, protection, and advocacy system. That's something that's dear to me when it comes to children. Ooh, that's my sore spot right there. And then National Volunteer Month. So that's exciting because when I do have the time, I do appreciate volunteering. And this is just more as a reminder to say, hey, I mean, people, when you have time, it's always good to give back, whether it be, you know, calling your local shelters to say, hey, how can I support? How can I volunteer? I'm sure the places that collect clothes and donations, I'm sure they need help sorting things out and washing clothes and all that. So I'm sure there's a lot to do when it comes to volunteer work.
Mm-hmm. It's good to give back to your communities, to volunteer. I know a lot of people say, I got to get paid for that. I got to get paid. And it's like, the best pay of all is what you feel in here. And then just knowing you're able to help somebody that's not really able to really give back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the best feeling. I get like the biggest high from stuff like that. You know, it's so good to be able to give back unto others that are less fortunate and things of that nature. So I love that. Volunteer month. I didn't know that. So that was really cool. So get out there and make it happen.
Yeah. Why would you need to get paid for volunteer work? It's called volunteer for a reason. Yeah,
I'm just saying, you know, like nowadays, a lot of people say, I'm not going to do that. They're going to pay me for that. You know what I'm saying? So people just kind of forget about volunteering and just, you know, that just helping others without, you know, needing some form of payment, you know, for just doing kind things, you know, for people that cannot, you know, give back, you know, for whatever reason. So
that's right. That's just unfortunate because that's the world we're living in today. Yeah. Everything is, you know, about money.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's interesting, sis, is that a lot of people don't understand the correlation as well. When you do good, good comes to you. When you do bad, bad comes to you. That's the law of karma, right? So when you're sowing good into the community, guess what? That's all going to come to you in abundance. Similar to tithing, right? Because you don't have to monetarily tithe. You're tithing your time, your energy, right? What you can to help others. So just food for thought. Awesome. So we do have a special guest waiting patiently behind the scenes for us. Before we bring her on, anything else that we want to highlight or talk about real quick before we bring our special guest on?
No, I think we are good. I cannot wait to talk to her. We were chatting backstage, and it's y'all get ready for an unbelievable show. So let's do that introduction and let's get this party started.
All right.
Well, give me just a quick moment. Before we do that, I'm going to let Nadine get herself together. I'm going to do a quick sponsor break. So don't go anywhere, y'all. We'll be right back with Hoy En Día TV.
Okay.
Are you looking for the perfect shirt for that special occasion? At Collective Custom Wear, we bring your vision to life. From weddings, family reunions, anniversaries, or casual outing with friends, express yourself with your unique style and leave a memorable mark. Order now. Our custom shirts are designed just for you.
A bold builder of people, purpose, and platforms, Girls with Gigs helps high performers and those desiring to achieve more shift mindsets and activate purpose. Whether it's career or leadership development, personal branding, or knowing your worth, in the job market, transformation has never been closer because this is where purpose meets action and dreams become destiny. Book your free consultation today at www.girlswithgigs.com.
Dream, explore, discover with Nadine's Travel Oasis. Your next adventure is just a booking away. From breathtaking beaches to vibrant cityscapes, we handle the details so you can make the memories. Luxury, leisure, or last-minute getaways, we've got you covered. Book today and let Nadine's Travel Oasis take you places.
Yes, it looks like the travel situation is getting better. Praise God. Yes, because TSA is back to work. So that means that you can definitely start booking your dream vacation. Reach out to Nadine's Travel Oasis. She will get you together. And also for those who still don't know their purpose or just need a little inspiration, a little push, a little oomph in your life, reach out to Dr. Cece with Girls with Gigs, Inspired for Purpose. She will get you aligned and get you all set. And for those who need custom shirts, whether it be for birthday, anniversary, family reunion, high school, college reunion, whatever you can think of, reach out to us for Collective Custom Wears. We got you covered. Yes. All right, Nadine, take it away with the intro, and then we will bring our amazing guest on.
All right. So today on Hoy En Día TV, we are honored to welcome a powerful voice in advocacy, education, and storytelling, Miss Lillie Mae Jones. Born to parents later in life, Lillie Mae's journey is one marked by resilience, purpose, and an unwavering commitment to making a difference. After losing her father to Alzheimer's at just 18 years old, she transformed that pain into purpose, fueling a lifelong dedication to human rights, social justice, and strengthening family dynamics. With an impressive academic foundation that spans criminal justice, human services, teaching and learning, and American legal studies and compliance, Lillie Mae brings both lived experience and deep expertise to the work she does. Her background is further enriched by postgraduate certifications in communications strategies, nonprofit management, and public administration, equipping her to lead, serve, and advocate across multiple spaces. She is a proud member of the Atlanta Citizen Review Board's Street Integrity Team, the Atlanta Press Club, and RAMPD, continuing to use her voice to uplift communities and drive meaningful change. In addition to her advocacy and service, Lillie Mae is currently pursuing her MFA in script and screenwriting, bridging her passion for justice with the power of storytelling, especially within the film and music industries. At her core, Lillie Mae is a motivator, an inspirer, and a woman on a mission to empower others to love themselves, believe in their worth, and walk boldly in their purpose. Please join me in welcoming the incredible Miss Lillie Mae Jones.
Oh, Lord, I don't know what to do about that introduction, Lord.
That's you, honey. That's all you.
Oh, hello, ladies.
Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, you on mute, Yessie?
I was about to say she muted herself.
Sorry, I'm trying to be respectful because sometimes I make background noise, right? You know, like and stuff. So thank you for telling me that. Welcome. We are truly, truly thrilled to have you on Hoy En Día TV. You have an amazing, robust, like, wow, bio, right? But in a nutshell, who do you say you are?
I am Betty Lou and Bo Jones' baby girl. And what that means is I am strength, I am power, I am a fighter, I am an innovator, and I am a revolutionary.
I love that. That is awesome. Yes, 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 yes. So, what's something about you that people don't usually see or know right away when they come across you?
Oh, they don't know I'm a big softie for real. Absolutely. But don't test me though. But yeah, they don't know that.
That part. I feel you. Don't, yeah, yeah, I feel you. Now, in your bio, it does say that you lost your father to Alzheimer's, and in honor of April and what it represents in correlation to the actual Alzheimer's awareness in June, especially losing your dad at a very young age. How did that moment shape you, your future, and who you are today?
Girl, number one, I'm a daddy's girl. So let's just say when I found out that my father's mind was going, I wanted to take my own life because I refused to live in a world where my father did not exist. Because I always say there is no perfect man that walked this earth but Jesus Christ himself. However, I do believe my daddy was right there walking beside him because he legitimately was the epitome of what every man should be. Yep.
That's beautiful. Wow.
Absolutely.
And yeah, because I lost my dad too. It wasn't to Alzheimer's, but I feel you when your daddy's it's like a soft spot for daddy. So it's like, ooh, yeah, I feel a little emotional. So I'm gonna take a mute real quick and I'm gonna pass on the baton to Nadine so she can ask her questions real quick.
Yes.
Okay. So Lillie, it says you turned a deeply personal loss into a life of purpose. What was the moment you realized your pain could become your mission?
When we got the diagnosis. So when dad got diagnosed with dementia, I was between 12 and 14. So what happened? Now think about it, guys. In the 90s, we didn't really know what Alzheimer's really was. We heard the term, but we didn't really know what it was. So what ended up happening when we went to the doctor and they said, it said to my mom, Miss Jones, Roy, and they called him Bo, has dementia. And this is what it's going to look like, because the only treatment out at that time was Aricept, and Aricept didn't come until like 2 or 3 years later into the diagnosis. So it really wasn't going to help him. So in school, I was in what's called the AG program, academically gifted program. And so what I started doing was everything was about Alzheimer's research. So every paper I wrote, I'm in the libraries, I'm looking up Alzheimer's, I'm looking up this, I'm looking at neurological systems, I'm trying to figure out how the brain works. So honestly speaking, I've been playing the piano since I was 7 years old. I was classically trained. I've been singing since I was 3. And so theater and opera was my beginning. But at that moment, it was like, you know what? Forget this. I'm going to become a doctor because I am going to save my dad. That's what was in my brain, hence all of the academia. So what ended up happening was, at the point that I realized this is not going to get better, my dad is not going to get any better, that's when the light bulb came on. I want to help people. I don't care how I help them. I want to help them. I don't care if they're prisoners. I don't care if they're disabled. I don't care if they're aged. I don't care if they're poor. I don't care what the heck is going on with them. I just want to help people. And my life's mission has been serving people.
Amazing. Thank you for that, Lillie. Wow. I mean, it's, I know I lost my father too, but it's not for Alzheimer's. He died of cancer, and we didn't really have that, bond like how you and your dad have. But I mean, losing a parent is not easy. So, yeah, that's a lot. I have one more question. So with your work in advocacy, right, and education, and now screenwriting, how do you use storytelling as a tool to, to create change, real change?
I live what I write and I practice what I preach, and I will not deviate from it, no matter what the powers that be say. So what that looks like is that looks like me writing a full series of stories highlighting full-figured women, not cosmetically manufactured, round women, large women, women over 200 and 300 pounds, because the world says that they cannot be sexy. The world says they cannot be desired. The world says they cannot be loved. But the God that I serve said, we are all created in the likeness of his image. And if I can write stories and if I can make movies about justice and about loving oneself, I'm going to do it. And that's what I'm doing.
Awesome. That's amazing. Oh, we can't wait to see it.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're in Atlanta, come to the Mirror on April 25th. If you're not, there may be some alternative ways for you to screen the film.
Awesome. And that's all I have right now.
Yeah. Pretty amazing. So happy that you were here, loving the energy, even backstage, even until now, like, loving it. So how did you get into writing and producing and doing all the things that you're doing now? Like, where was that always inside of you? Because you said you wanted to be like a doctor and help people. So when did that all begin to kind of shift and you kind of went a different route?
Well, it was first. I first wanted to be an entertainer. So this is the thing. My mother died in 2022. Do y'all know I did not find out how much of an entertainer my mother was until I know about 3 or 4 months after she died. I was going through her phone book because, them older parents, they kept that little burgundy address book and they wrote everybody's phone number and name, and it was not in alphabetical order. So after, the noise settled, I was calling people that, were her older friends that I know may not have known she passed, or they knew she passed but couldn't come to the funeral. And I called her girlfriend, Odaris. And we were talking, and she was asking about my great aunt, who at the time was still alive. And Odaris said, "Do you still sing?" And I said, "Well, I do sometimes." I said, "My husband sings, so I let him have it now." I hung it up. She said, "Well, it's in you." She said, "Did Betty Lou ever tell you about our group?" And I said, "Yeah, Mommy said y'all had a quartet." She said, "Lil, I don't think she told you about our group." I said, "Well, Miss Odaris, what you mean?" She said, "Lil, we traveled around the country singing." She said, "We were opening for people and performing on television when television was black and white and when TV had a time to cut off." And I was like, wait a minute. You telling me this why Mommy didn't want me to pursue entertainment? Because you got to think about it. When my mother and her girlfriends were doing this, it was in the 1950s and 1960s. So also during that time, it was frowned upon for women to be doing things outside of the home. And they also were getting caught up in different things, getting pregnant and all of those things that were taboo, right? Because you got to take the baby back home and grandma or great grandma raised the baby. So you thinking that somebody is your sister and it's really your child. And so I think that because my mom was out there performing and doing all these things, and she worked in Atlantic City for years in a place called Childs that's no longer there. But when she came back home, I think my mom just chose family living over entertainment. And so for me, she let me entertain. She let me play the piano. She continued to let me sing. But she said to me, "Let me tell you something. You going to college and you going to get a degree in something you can get a job in." And so that stuck in my mind. Needless to say, the whole time, I was doing little things here and there. So a lot of people don't know, I did news for a while. I worked as a PIO for a state agency, public information officer, where, I put on events. I did a lot of broadcasting. So I always used my voice. I always have been a vocal person. I've been an orator. I won awards for that. But it really hit me that I needed to write stories and create films when I stepped into this greater Atlanta metropolis where there are so many false prophets and so many people that are storytelling to be seen, so many old people. And I say old because when you get in your 30s and 40s, you're old in the entertainment industry. I'm 40 and I'm calling myself old in the entertainment industry. And so I think that there are so many people that have a need for visibility, and they're trying to work through their childhood trauma by carrying out these roles that they could never be in their natural life. So they get on TV and play these things that are often unseemly and unbecoming. And then voila, I am somebody, but you were somebody before you entered here, but you don't want anybody to know who you really are. So the stories that I'm writing, Full Figure Flings, is really about my life. I got a phone call at about 4:30 this morning. Somebody asking me, hey, was this character based on me? Huh? A hit dog gonna holler every time, huh? But I have no problem using parts of my real life to tell people who you need to desire to be. And you need to desire to be like the creator that created you and the way he created you. And you need to be better than what the world thinks of you and what you think people want you to be.
I love that whole, I love it. I love it all. It's just elevating, right? Elevating. And it's a mindset shift. And I just love it all. I'm eating you up right now. I'm like, yay. Okay. Right? We got real people out there doing the real work. And I really hope people will tune in and listen, because people are searching for the very thing that you're talking about. They just don't know it. Right. And so it's great that you have a platform. It's great that you're writing and you have a voice to be able to bring that to the forefront so people can actually see what that looks like. Now, I know backstage we were talking a little bit about, some of the different scenes and some of the things, you and Yes, you guys acting, and Nadine, about some of the things that you just don't want to do. Because why? I mean, we're people, and anything you put out there on the net, right, it kind of stays out there, right? And it comes back to haunt you. So what are some of those things that, like, when you're producing your films and doing all the writings and the stuff, that you don't really, I would say, like, patty cake to, or kind of maybe just lean to, versus like what mainstream Hollywood is doing? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of it. So I prefer tasteful, intimate scenes instead of sex scenes. I was in a project that we ended up taking over and producing, but before we did finish producing it, there was a sex scene that was written in, and I was, the lead character in it. And the blessing in it was that my husband was behind the camera. So he orchestrated the scene, right? And he made sure that it was done in such a way that it was comfortable for all parties involved. But in my writing, I don't have sex scenes. I have intimate scenes. So you may see a gentleman caressing the shoulders of a woman who may be half naked, but you think she's fully naked because you see her broad shoulder blades and you see her clavicle and you see oil on her clavicle, but she got on a whole bra and she just took the straps and tucked them. So you think that she's naked. You get what I'm saying? You see two people laying under a blanket and their toes just tinkling each other, right? You scroll up and you see their hands on each other's body, but you don't know if they're naked or not. So those are the things that I do. Intimacy, not butt naked sex. And I think what's happening is, what I'm seeing is that a lot of the actors and actresses that are, employing a lot of these sex scenes, I'm noticing that they evolved into relationships, and that's fine. I'm not knocking that. But I think that at what point do you keep your relationship private and not have hot butt naked sex scenes on the screen? I just finished watching a movie and I love the storyline, but I can't get past the fact that somebody that I look at on social media all the time, and I really actually think a lot of, I'm like, why are you playing this role? Why didn't you get somebody else to play this? Girl, I think you're older than me. Why does everybody have to be on the pole? Why does everybody have to be a video vixen in these films? I think that if we stop selling sex, real love and intimacy will sail. I'm a firm believer in that. If we stop selling sex, real intimacy will come back. I'm not knocking nobody's lifestyle, but if we stop selling cheating, if we stop selling polyamory and polygamy, if we stop selling all this bull crap, real love will come back into the fold. If we stop selling cosmetic surgery, if we stop selling it, people will learn to love themselves. If we stop highlighting cosmetic Barbie dolls, if directors stop casting people based on their aesthetic and really look deep within them and see their talent, we'll stop having all of this foolishness. Our children will stop killing themselves. Our children will stop going to these doctors and creating a $220 billion cosmetic surgery industry where 300,000 kids almost had cosmetic surgery between the ages of 13 and 18. Y'all, I am tired, and I will write stories and I will produce stories that nobody has to look at but a little bit of people, because I know that one day when I get to that holding cell in the sky, he gonna tell me I did what I was supposed to do and not what the world told me to do.
That part. All I can say is mic drop, hallelujah, pass the offering plate, okay? And Yessie, you're next.
Yes, I felt that.
Yes.
Y'all just don't understand. Like, and Nadine, Nadine has only seen me on the creative side. So I don't think she even knew that filmmaking isn't about money making to me. It's about soul saving. It's about changing the narrative. It's about telling everybody out here that feel like they got a strip on screen, you don't have to.
Exactly.
You don't, sis. And I feel you, girl. I'm feeling everything that you're saying, because you know what? I tell people all the time, not every opportunity that comes to you is a good opportunity. Exactly. You don't have to say yes to everything, right? Keep your integrity. Be mindful that what you do today will affect you in the future. So I feel you, sis, and I'm so happy that I'm not the only one saying that you are with me and with the others that may think like us, to say, hey, not everything is a yes opportunity, because you may be shooting yourself in the foot. Just like you said, you highly admired somebody, but because you saw them in your sex scene, now you're like,
yeah. And it's happening, y'all. I kid you not. I'm struggling with a couple of projects right now because my particular role may not be a bad role or a questionable role, but sometimes the project itself teeter-totters the line of things that I don't understand. And this is the thing. I'm not gonna say I don't understand it, because I get it. But every film doesn't have to be drugs, guns, a struggling single mother, a addict mother, a alcoholic man beating a woman. Like, I can't. I understand. But if we stop perpetuating it, why do we perpetuate this and then get mad when the powers that be talk about us like a dog? I'm talking about you too.
Woo! Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Say it. Say it. Say it. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Now, with that, let's peel the onion real quick here, because there is a dark side. We've been peeling the onion, right? The onion's been slowly peeling with the conversation that we're having, but I'm going to take it to the core right now, because there is a dark side to the entertainment industry that people need to be mindful of, right? Not everything that looks pretty and gold and shimmery and has the bells and whistles is peaches and cream, right? Yes. Reality, right? There is a darker side to the industry that people need to be mindful of, that some of these casting calls and bookings are underlying are masks for sex trafficking, right? For trafficking or doing other things for people. So I say that to say, from your perspective, what are some of the things that talents should be mindful of as they pursue this industry? And especially with what I've just shared with you now.
Definitely be mindful of any castings where, and I'm not saying you submit full body shots and all of that, because I know people want that, but be mindful if a lot of emphasis is placed on your body. Okay, I need another picture from another angle. Let me see you from a different angle. I need to see you from the front. I need to see if you're 5'4", 200, what shape you are, to make sure this works, if that's what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? The other thing is, do your research. Go and talk to other actors and actresses about their experience on sets. Now, what I will say is, it's a catch-22 there. because there are some people in this space that will align themselves with all of the BS just because they want to be able to say, I got 65 titles, I got 32 titles, I got all of these titles. But at the end of the day, what's the quality in the context of all of these titles that you have out there? So vet. Talk to people, talk to other actors and actresses. And then I would say make sure that you're taking classes and working towards your craft, because that will, when you start taking classes, your mindset changes and you start to ask questions even before you audition for something or before you submit for something. Because a lot of people, oh, let me submit for this, let me submit for that. But when you start taking classes, a lot of time the classes aren't really for the methods and techniques. It's really for you to learn the business of the industry. That's really what you need to know. That would be the number one thing. Learn the business of whatever industry you want to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Learn the business of whatever industry you want to be in. Because what's happening is people, especially, in this entertainment industry, oh, I'm a celebrity casting agent. I'm a celebrity director. I'm a celebrity publicist. I'm a celebrity toilet bowl cleaner. I'm a celebrity toenail clipper. And everybody is a celebrity something, but the people are getting mesmerized by that. So they sign with these agencies and stuff of people that can't help you do nothing. They can't even help you get water in a bucket out the rain. But because they told you or they dangle a little celebrity in front of you, you think they know somebody, or they posting all these pictures with these celebrities. Celebrities take pictures with people. But can you pick up the phone and call that celebrity? Is there a number in your phone? Can you pick up and call the phone and say, hey, can you pull up on me at such and such? Or you just got a picture of them? So yeah, you have to vet. You have to.
Facts, girl. I love that. Thank you for sharing that, because I agree with you. It's a lot of people talk. Like I said, they make it look pretty, but it's like, sir, ma'am.
Yeah, I can't. And a lot of people don't. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people don't like me, but they respect me. And I'm like,
I don't know you, but I like you.
But you know what? I'm fine with that, because you know what I've learned. See, in this space, popularity is equivalent to truth. Mm-hmm. And wealth is equivalent to integrity, but ain't a word of it so that's why so many people are getting bamboozled, because every actor, and this is the other thing. Let me drop the mic for y'all real quick.
Go for it, girl.
I want y'all to stop telling people to stop calling y'all Tubi actors and actresses, but y'all the same people that's having Tubi meet and greets. Like, how can you get mad when people calling you a Tubi actor, actress, or director when you're planning Tubi meet and greets? You can't have it both ways. If you don't want people to call you that, stop planning events and stop marketing that that's where they know you from. But you can't, because that's the only place they know you from. Build your name on your name and not what you do.
Tubi about to blow up, so they can't go to sleep on Tubi.
I was just gonna say the same thing, sis. Is guess what? They're still getting visibility, right? People are still, because this is how you build. You gotta crawl before you walk. You can't expect to be the Denzel and J-Lo. You gotta build.
It's these titles, though. Everybody. So the issue is, I think my issue with it is, people get offended when they're called a Tubi actor or actress, but that's where people know you from. So why are you mad? They like, and I always see, well, they don't call people Netflix actors and actresses, because all the actors and actresses we know are on Netflix. We don't need to call them that. I know you from Tubi. It's okay, but stop getting mad about it. But then you use it to market, to make money and sell these bogus coaching classes to people. Just because you're in your best friend's film does not make you an actor or actress or coach.
She dropping those bars today, boy. I'm telling you.
Well, and Nadine, that's what the people don't like. But I don't really care, because I'm not here to be liked. I want to save people from getting caught up in the foolishness associated with this industry. Period.
But you know what? There's that old saying, when they don't like something you're saying, that's because it's not aligning with their spirit, because they could be doing something wrong or misaligned, right? There's like a guilty conscience in there somewhere. So it's okay. Let them not like you, because a lot of people don't like me either. But it's like, hey, It's okay.
Well, I like you too, girl.
Well, thank you, boo. It's like I still wish you the best. I still want the best for you. I still want peace and blessings and happiness, regardless of how you feel about me. Right?
Yes. And I remember that conversation we had, Lily, and I'm so grateful for that genuine conversation we had. So we know.
Nadine, thank you. And you know something? If people knew my background, and if they knew that my mother was 46, she had me 3 days before she turned 47. My father was 56. So see, I don't think like my peers, because technically I'm really supposed to be a baby boomer. So I am a baby boomer. I'm just a baby boomer stuck in a millennial world. And I'm fighting. I'm fighting against it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a baby boomer. So I fight for civil rights because everybody in my age group want to lay down and roll over. And I refuse to. I won't lay down and roll over. I'm a dog.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
That's what they want. They want you to roll over like a dog. I'm telling you, people out here, they want us to roll over.
Earlier, you talked about investing and taking acting classes, and I love that because I tell actors that I coach and mentor the same thing: investing, the same thing that you invest hundreds and thousands of dollars to get your college degree. Right? You have to invest in your craft. You have to invest in your career. And especially being an actor, I agree with you, knowing the ins and outs of the industry, and especially knowing like, okay, what stage left, what stage right, what's camera right. You know what I'm saying? Though that language needs to be understood. But also I would say this, being someone who people believe, right? Everybody wants to be an actor, but when I see you on camera, I don't believe you. I don't believe that you're a mother. I don't believe that you're struggling, right? Being believable to me is key in acting. So what are your thoughts about that? Do you agree or disagree?
I agree with you 100%. And I think that if we stop casting based on hourglass figures and cosmetically manufactured bodies, people could portray the roles that they need to portray. Let me tell you this. I have not birthed one child out of my womb, but I have parented parents and children. So I used to get offended when I kept getting casted as mothers and aunties and grandmamas. But I realized why. That's who I am. That is who I came from. I'm proud. If you stop casting people based on their aesthetic and cast them based on their talent, cast them based on their spirit, I'm trying to tell you, these films will go triple, double. These films will go platinum. The powers that be will have to shut down mainstream films and truly pull us over. But you want to keep casting this.
Or cast their friends.
That part. But you know what I noticed, sis? I'm going to be honest with you. I noticed that a good amount of actors, not all of them, a good amount are too worried about looking cute. Oh, I don't like how I cry. You know, I don't want to cry on camera. It's like, sir, ma'am, are you an actor or are you trying to look pretty? Because if that's the case, you go model because you're in the wrong industry.
Let me tell you something. And this is what I tell people all the time. And Nadine didn't know I was going to do it. I don't care about any of this, okay? Because what has happened is that everything that's fake has become acceptable and everything that's real has become rejected. So this conversation, this is what's going to happen. You're going to have about 10 viewers right now. But when you go back and look at your insights, you're going to have about 1,000 because the people not going to watch it live time because they don't want you to know that they really want to see what's going on.
Listen, they don't watch your stories, but now Facebook changed it. They don't watch it, but they could watch it on the bottom without you seeing that they're watching. But guess what? They're watching.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so for me, in this season of my life, I am so free. Y'all, when I tell you I'm free, I have no reason to hide who I am. None. I'm not bound by the chains of social media. I'm not bound by the chains of all the people that said, oh, you too big for this. You're not curvy enough for this. You're not light enough for this. You're not dark enough for this. I am free to do whatever I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. And you don't have to like it, because as long as I'm doing it in the name of the person that created me, it is going to be great. It is going to be abundant, and you can't stop it.
Okay, we're gonna have to take a moment because I think we need a shouting break right now. I think we need to go together. We gotta shout it out, okay? Because I'm trying to say you are bringing so much truth, and the fact that you were free and you demonstrated your freedom, even in these few minutes of us speaking today, right? This evening, it shows it and it's apparent. And you're right. If people can move past the aesthetics, right, and cast people by the spirit, man, praise God. Okay, I'm getting excited here. You're gonna get a much better film. You know what I'm saying? It's like military. Think about it, Nadine. You know, you go, you become an airman, you become a soldier, you become a sailor, you become whatever it is, whatever branch you serve, and you perform as that. And then they give you these other jobs, even in the civilian sector, right? You have your main job, and you have the little thing that says other duties, right? And so you got to perform all of these things. And sometimes you're not skilled. You don't have the skill set. You don't have the knowledge base. You don't have the anything to be able to do those things. But if they kept the main thing with the main thing and allowed that thing to grow, to be watered, to be nurtured, to progress, you know, you're going to have a much better product than trying to just spread everybody so thin with the aesthetic of what they think. What here, because to television, right? Television is to tell somebody else's vision. It's not the vision of who you are. They're saying, oh, you know, a 5'7", you know, a small waist, big, but what, you know, it's to tell their vision. But what is your vision when they're telling them? You got to be able to align. And so many actors and actresses that I see, like on the tube, right? They are misaligned, and you can tell it. As Jessie was saying, it comes out in the acting. It doesn't portray to be a mother or an aunt, or the tears aren't real because they want to cry a certain way. So tonight, you know, you have just, I mean, I just truly feel in my spirit, you have brought so much freedom, so much liberation, right? Even in this conversation to the hearers, right? That's going to be able to hear about this later. And so I just take my hat off to you. I salute you. I say bravo Zulu to you. That's job well done in military language, right? Because you have really nailed it. And I'm grateful that you're out there with the mission, right? You know what I'm saying? Telling people and saying, like, I don't have to have a bazillion views. You know, I need to have a few views, because the creator, right? The one that created, he only had 12 on his team, and they changed the entire world. Okay, you see what I'm saying?
Watch out now.
Universe. Okay, so woo, mic drop, keep it coming.
Yeah, I'm excited. I definitely didn't know you were going to do that, because that was supposed to be a different episode, but I'm so grateful for you, man. Let me tell you, you're so authentic, and I just appreciate everything that you drop into us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I wish we could have you longer. I know you have to log off soon, and I don't want you to log off, trust me, because I still have so many questions. But I get it. I respect your time. Thank you. Like, I will say, I appreciate you, and thank you for showing us and being transparent. You're beautiful, and I love it. Your energy, your aura, just who you are. You're a beautiful soul, and I really am grateful for Nadine to make that connection and bring you on as our guest, because even with who you are and who you're showing us now, you know, a lot of individuals deal with, it sounds like you have alopecia, if I'm correct, right?
Traction, alopecia,
And I was just looking, and Children with Alopecia Day is actually coming up on April 14th. There's International Alopecia Day happening first Saturday in August, and then September is recognized as alopecia. So I say that to say that there's so much awareness that can be brought into it, especially with children growing up, right? Because they don't know how to accept the fact that they have alopecia, right? And so I would love to have you back to just talk about that, especially talking to the kids.
Yes.
And bringing that message to the children to say, hey, I deal with that, right? How did you deal with that growing up? I would love to hear that story.
Absolutely.
If you're open to it, right? I don't want to pressure you.
Absolutely. Girl, listen. Look, the final thing is, I have to say it because I always have to shout out my naturist family. So I'm a nudist. And so when I say everything is naked, I'm so free because I am a naturist. I am a nudist and I love the body. And I think that if we get to the point where we remember the reason that nakedness is associated with guilt, shame, and indecency is because of what happened in the Garden of Eden. And so if Adam and Eve wouldn't have fallen susceptible to the serpent, we would all be walking around here naked and free, and we would have no shame. So I need you to unclothe yourself emotionally, physically, spiritually, and I need you to make sure that you understand that naked you were born into this world and naked you will return. And once you get to that point, you'll stop being bamboozled by all of this stuff going on around you. You won't look at the body as a sexual instrument. You will look at it truly as a temple, and you'll stop defiling your body as well.
Ooh, girl. So many nuggets. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. So with that in mind and respecting your time and everyone's time, we're going to transition over to last minute words.
Yes.
This is an opportunity where you get to remind people who you are, where they can find you, follow you, any premieres coming up. I know you mentioned a couple, but remind them of that. Ways to contact you, work with you, any casting calls, anything that comes to mind. This is your opportunity to do that. So I know you have to jump off soon, so I'll have you lead us, and then we'll go with Nadine, Cece, and I'll close out with the remaining sponsors.
All right, guys. So once again, I am Lillie Mae. Like I told you, I am Betty Lou and Bo Jones' baby girl. That's how you gonna need to know me, okay? Because I rep them in everything that I do, even though both of them have left this earth. But you can find me at www.lilliemaecollective.com. That is where you find me, Lillie Mae the Collective. However, for all intents and purposes, for production management needs, go over to www.bpmg.com and you can find everything Back to the Basics Production Management Group. We do have a premiere coming up on April 25th at Georgia State Cinefest Theater. Go over to the website, click the link, get your tickets. For the next 6 days, we have a BOGO offer. Buy one, get one free. That way you can bring your friends to the VIP experience, come out, walk the red carpet, have a bite to eat, and truly enjoy full-figured flings with us. We are in production on Revolution of Influence. Chapters 1 and 2 trailers are out. We are bringing back the Confederate States of America under an African-American woman president. In order for you to find out what that's really about, you got to go over and check out the trailers. So go over to the YouTube channel and check out the trailers, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Lillie Mae the Collective on all platforms. Back to the Basics PMG on all platforms. Yessie, Ciandra, Nadine, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you. You are magnificent. I'll be glad to come back anytime and support and let us know what we can do for you.
Thank you so much. Peace and blessings to you, my dear. It was been a pleasure, and I look forward to next time.
Night, night.
Good night. All right, we're going to transition over to Nadine. Close us out with last minute words.
Yes. Oh my God, wonderful interview. Great lady, Miss Lillie Mae Jones. So as you can see, my name Nadine Barton, Nadia B_1202 on Instagram. You can find my books on www.nadinebarton.com. And if you need my Cabzenza body butter, www.cabzenza.com. And like I always say, life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it. So treat people kind.
I love it. Awesome show. I'm just like pumped up. She really pumped me up, y'all. That was so super awesome. I love it. So hey, I'm your girl, Ciandra the Actions with Inspire for Purpose and Girls with Gig. You can find me at both of those at just put a .com and you'll be right there, okay? As I always love to say, love and light and inspire for purpose.
Wow, what an amazing show. I just love this. I just thank God, right, for having Oyendia, having you two amazing co-hosts and just all the amazing guests that God blesses us with. Nadine, thank you for making that connection. That was, woo, girl. I'm excited to bring her on next time because there were so many questions that I had, and I know you all had a bunch of questions too. So we have to bring her on for a part 2 soon to get those questions answered. But before I say my last minute words, we're going to jump over to a quick remaining sponsor break. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back with Hoy En Día TV.
At Cab Zenza, we believe beauty is a ritual, not just a routine. Rooted in intention and inspired by nature, our skincare is crafted to nourish more than just the skin. It nourishes the spirit. Every jar is made with purpose. Because when you flourish inside, it shows on the outside. Cab Zenza's isn't skincare, soul care.
From the moment that I put this Cab Zenza on my skin, it feels most amazing. As you can see, it has your skin glistening, it's moisturizing. You too should get Cab Zenza.
Luxurious body butters.
Sponsored by Collective Wear. Available at www.yessierodriguez.com/shop and myrod-enterprise.com/shop.
Sponsored by Divine Beauty and Accessories. Watch Hoy En Día TV, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Big thank you to all those who supported us tonight. Audience, viewers, listeners, thank you for your continued support. For those who want to be on as guests, if you have a story to tell, if you have a business you want to promote, you want to chop it up with the three of us, you are welcome to email us. I'm going to put the email at the bottom of the screen. Just email hoyendiatv@gmail.com, hoyendiatv@gmail.com. Also, if you want to donate, if you want to sponsor, etc., we have different packages available. So, hey, thank you in advance for supporting. And for those who want to find me and follow me, I am Yessie Rodriguez. It's really simple. Just go on Google and type in Yessie Rodriguez. You'll find my social media handles, my page, www.yessierodriguez.com. And yeah, you'll get to know a little bit more about me. So thank you in advance for your support. And like I always say, the sky is never the limit because the galaxies are endless. So you all have a blessed and peaceful night. Until next week.